What's up, my dude? So I just had to come in here and show this right here. Yo, Jet Lawrence, dude, this just like put my respect for you at a whole nother level right here. This was so cool to see this. This took some balls right here. This took some going against the grain, going against this like crazy mass, eruption of people getting mad at Dylan Ferrandis, internet crazy cancel culture, everybody going crazy. And you stuck to your guns, you stuck to what you believed, and you just came out and said it. So this is his Instagram post on all this. He says, honestly, guys, you need to lay off Dylan Ferrandis. It's gone a bit too far, so I needed to say something. We are all racing at the highest level and have to make decisions in the blink of an eye that can determine the outcome of a race or not. Sometimes this process pays off, sometimes it doesn't, and we end up doing dumb stuff. In quotes. We are all out there laying it on the line every Saturday night for your guys' entertainment and would never do anything on purpose to hurt another rider. I understand being bummed on your favorite rider crashing out or being taken out, and I don't like what happened to Christian, but in this sport, this can happen, and a lot of you guys love it for that very reason. I look forward to racing with Dylan and Christian and everyone else over the next few months. Okay. So that's basically his point. And this is like a crazy, weird new thing with the social media world now. It's this cancel culture crap that just needs to stop. It really does. Like, there's times now where people do things that might be a little bit on the line of like, he shouldn't have done that. Like, probably shouldn't have done that. But then, like, once the internet takes a hold of a certain idea, they will just blow it up and fucking take it to a whole there is no limit to where they will take it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, the dude literally just jumped over a jump, came into a corner too hot, and ran into Christian. Like, that's really all he did. I mean, damn. Like, really, guys. Like, and I'm not defending what Dylan did, okay? That's where I don't want you guys to get confused. He was 100% wrong in what he did. He passed Christian too hard, ran it in too hard in that corner. He shouldn't have done that, okay? My point is, it's not like, oh my God, let's just cancel this dude for doing this one thing and just, oh my God, go back to your country. Like, some of you dudes were getting way... You jumped the gun so quick on this whole situation. Like, very reminiscent to when, Ricky had that run-in with Pastrana back in the day, right? And, Ricky ran into Pastrana in basically the same exact sort of fashion, and Ricky got booed out of the stadium, right? Everybody was booing Ricky. I mean, it's basically the same exact thing as this situation. It's just nowadays with the internet world and the way social media is, things get carried on more than they should, right? People, this whole cancel culture that's going on now, when somebody ever does anything remotely not perfect, oh my God, that person should just be eliminated off the face of the planet. That bullshit needs to stop. And that's why I was saying all this back then, when this wasn't the popular opinion to have, right? Literally, some of you guys might be thinking, oh, well, now you're saying that, Spencer, because everybody else is, everybody else kind of going down this road. No, I made a video on this the day after this whole incident happened. The day after. Remember me saying you guys need to calm down, you guys need to chill out a little bit. It wasn't as serious as some of you guys are making it out to be. And hell, that video got like, probably 50% dislikes, 50% likes, 50% dislikes. So there was still a lot of people disagreeing with me and upset at what I was saying. And all I was really saying was calm down. Like, yeah, Ferrandis was in the wrong, but like, chill out a little bit. It wasn't that intentional. It wasn't that serious. Like, but then people were still saying that. So it's people still getting upset at what I was saying. So it was just like, damn, dude. Like, I just wanted to explain that I had this exact opinion the second I saw the crash. Okay? This wasn't, there's too many people nowadays. They start this sort of cancel culture and internet. Something will happen, and then this sort of wave of, this mass mob of people will get this sort of idea on the internet, and it seems like a lot of people just try to follow that, right? They try to just follow the winning side. They try to, or not necessarily the winning side, but what the side the most people's on, you know what I mean? Like, if people are freaking out about a certain situation on the internet, it seems like a lot of people just follow that idea even though they may not necessarily believe that way or think that way. They want to follow that idea, and whether they want to look like they're right and look like they're with the winning crowd and fit in and, not be on the losing crowd. So I feel like a lot of people did that in this situation. They just jumped on that bandwagon instead of having their own opinions and having their own mindset on it. And this is what really impressed me about Jet, right? Basically, the dude that took away his first win, even though it was really Jet made his own mistake, right? But still, in a nutshell, Dylan Ferrandis kind of was the guy that took away Jet's win. He still had the balls to come out there and say, like, yo, you dudes need to lay off this guy. Like, it wasn't that serious. Like, calm down. Like, he had his own opinion on it. No matter what anybody else was saying, he had his own mindset on it. That's what's been totally lost in the modern day world. Everybody just bandwagons and jumps on the back of other people's opinions and don't think for themselves anymore, and they jump to conclusions, and they hear all this, word of mouth, and they don't get it from the source, you know what I'm saying? And then they have all these weird opinions on stuff, and they don't even know what really went down or how it went down, or they jump to conclusions, and it's just like, damn, dude. Like, I don't know if I've seen much more of a kind of rage and people freaking out over something that wasn't that serious. I mean, they took it to a level that I can't even explain. Like, how many times Reed has taken out Stewart like that on purpose and was basically admitting that it was on purpose? And did people freak out then? No. I mean, some people did, but, like, they were just racing hard. They're just going at it. Like, they're rivals, right? And it's like the second Dylan Ferrandis, like, even remotely does something like that, and obviously it wasn't on purpose, people just lose their absolute shit. It's insane now. It's insane how things are now. And I really respected Ricky on the broadcast as well. As soon as it happened, he said, I think a lot of people are going to look back on this situation later on after all the craziness of the internet world sort of dies out and people really start looking at the situation. They're going to realize it was nowhere near as intentional as what they thought at the beginning, or what the idea they had at the beginning, thinking it was all like super intentional and shit. Oh, he just took out Christian Craig on purpose. Like, no. Dude, no, it wasn't like that at all. So I really respect Ricky for, having that sort of opinion from the very beginning. And that was my opinion on it from the very beginning. I was like, really? You guys are really that upset about that? Really? I mean, I get, like, yes, Dylan Ferrandis was 100% in the wrong. He made a wrong choice. He ran into somebody. They both went down. It was too aggressive. It was all those things, right? I 100% agree with all that. But this freaking out about it, acting like it was, Michael Lessie just, absolutely full throttling his bike, T-boning Tickle back in the day. Like, it was not even close to that sort of bad or whatever, whatever you want to call it. Like, dude, Dylan Ferrandis was just racing too hard. That's really all it was. Like, people tried to turn it into all this, he did it on purpose, or it's like, damn, man, like, what are you dudes even saying? Like that was just one incident. And Kellen Brower, dude at Racer X, right? They did a little thing on that exact incident, did a little talking about it in a video, right, for Racer X, and they were saying that specific tough block coming out off of that finish line corner, they had actually had it in different places, different positions between practices and stuff like that, where you could sort of cut a little bit sooner in the corner without hitting the tough block from where it was positioned in practice. But the way that it was in the main event was different from that, and that it was basically like Dylan was trying to hit that line like you could have hit where the tough block was in practice versus where they had it in the main event. I don't know how much you can really credit to that sort of idea, but it does make sense because you can literally look at where Dylan Ferrandis was headed was directly for that tough block. It's almost like he thought it was in a different place. I could definitely see that sort of ideology and that mentality on that situation. And then now, Ferrandis is on a probation period. He's on like a year probation period or 6-month probation period for that. I don't know how much I agree on that. It'd be like giving Ricky probation for passing Pastrana like he did in 2002 or whenever that was. That's literally would be the same difference. Don't get too soft on me now, AMA. Don't start doing that bullshit. Sometimes this weird internet cancel culture world will scream so loud that AMA feels like they have to confine to it and make decisions based on it. And I mean, I think part of that sort of probation they're giving Ferrandis is just to please everybody. I mean, literally, like, I think that plays a big part in that. It's one thing if, Ferrandis wanted to go in there and do that another 3 or 4 times, then yeah, it's like, whoa, dude's racing too aggressive. But on the first time him doing that, you're going to give him probation? I don't know about that, man. I don't know. I mean, it's motocross. It's a dangerous sport. Things happen in a split second. Like, dude, you gotta take all that shit into account, man. Things happen so quick. Bikes don't react exactly like you think they're going to all the time. Things just happen sometimes in racing. I honestly, genuinely, I mean, Ferrandis he had no reason to take out Craig. Literally no reason. He wasn't trying to take out Craig. I promise you, dog. I promise you he wasn't. Craig wasn't even really that much of a threat either. It wasn't like Craig was Forkner or Craig was Cooper or whatever that's like a real threat in the championship to Ferrandis. It wasn't even like that. He had literally no reason to purposely try to take out Craig. And he didn't purposely try to take out Craig. Get that fucking idea out of your heads, because that's not what happened. So many of you guys got that thought in your head and then just, man, I don't know. This is something I've witnessed multiple times just from me being on the internet on YouTube. People, it's like a whole different world, a whole different way people react to things. And it didn't used to be like that because the internet world wasn't so easily accessible and everybody couldn't just, throw their own little opinions in there. It just wasn't even like that. But nowadays, when the internet catches on to something, oh shit, get ready. Get ready to rumble, because it'll go to a place you could never even dream of in certain occasions. When the internet world perceives something in a certain way, or they take something a certain way, even though that may not necessarily be how it actually was, when it starts going somewhere, you can't stop it. It's insane. It is insane. Either way, I was a little disappointed by a lot of people that were thinking that way. I mean, it's okay to be like, damn, dude ran it in too hard, or damn, like, he took out Craig. Like, that's okay, but to blow it completely out of proportion and keep on, that starts to get ridiculous, man. And it's just like, it's that cancel culture. I mean, that's this new modern era of the internet world. Do anything remotely wrong, and if the internet catches on to it in a certain way, they will do everything in their power just to try to get you completely eliminated. It's insane. Like, it is insane, and I've seen it happen multiple times over and over and over. And I'm just tired of it, dude. Like, people overreacting on the internet, and half of them, are really just overreacting because their buddy over there was overreacting to it, so then they wanted to fit in, or that's the popular opinion, so they want to fit into that sort of mold. It's like, damn. Some of you dudes need to start thinking more for yourself, because I see it every day. There's way more followers out there than there are leaders. Way more. Way more. There's probably 1% of leaders compared to how many followers there are out there. Seriously, like, and just seeing this post that Jet made, I mean, it wasn't like he was going, oh my God, Ferrandis did nothing wrong, and I was never even saying that either. I said Ferrandis was 100% in the wrong. I mean, I was saying that from the very beginning. I was saying there's no sense in blowing it out of proportion, though. That's the whole thing. Me, Jet Lawrence, Ricky Carmichael, it's the whole thing we were ever trying to say. We're not like over here trying to defend what Ferrandis did and try to act like there was just nothing wrong with it. Like, you boys are twisting that around too. Anytime somebody's not super hating on for what Ferrandis did, it's just like automatically you guys think we're like trying to just super defend Ferrandis and he did nothing wrong, and we're just saying chill out. We're just saying chill out on this cancel culture vibe you guys got going on. That's all we were saying, bro. That's all we were saying. But either way, is what it is, I guess. I don't know. Just a weird world that we live in now, man. Weird world. Be prepared. because you just got to put that behind you. I mean, if you ever get caught up in a situation like that where the internet world tries to cancel culture you, you just kind of got to move on through it and put it behind you, because they'll be on to something else the next week. You know, that's the thing about it. They move on quick, so you just got to let them do their little thing, and then the world will be back to normal before too long. So either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.